And good Wednesday evening, and welcome to, good Wednesday evening. Today is June 24th, and welcome to WG Radio Podcast. That's Wholesale Guitars Podcast, and I am Stevie B with you today. And I just want to let you guys know that, last week I appreciate those that joined in on our live feed on Facebook, and I know it was a different format than our normal format. We didn't have all the music that we normally play, and it was more of a talk show. But I do appreciate those that tuned in and enjoyed the show. It was definitely a record-blowing show there. I mean, we had a lot of listeners that even went back and listened to it through the podcast. So I want to thank everybody for that. But I want to kick off the show today with a little music. Let's just get it rolling right off the bat. Little Josh Duncan Band, Gonna Do It Again.
Got home late from the job today. Kicked off my shoes, put on my boots, ready to party like Hank. I took a shot, and it hit the spot. Put on some cash on the radio dash, and I'm heading to the parking lot. Gonna do it again, turn it up to 10 tonight. Gonna find me a girl who can dance and twirl and drink moonshine all night. Yeah, we're coming alive, let's take a drive to a honky-tonk bar underneath the stars, asleep in my four-wheel drive. Gonna do it again, gonna do it again. Slept in late, I'm not feeling that great. My world's still spinning, but I'm still willing to give it another try. In the blink of an eye, it was 8:45. And it's almost time, ain't no stop signs gonna slow me down tonight. Gonna do it again, turn it up to 10 tonight. Gonna find me a girl who can dance and twirl and drink moonshine all night. And we're coming alive, let's take a drive to a honky-tonk bar underneath the stars, asleep in my four-wheel drive. Gonna do it again. Gonna do it again, turn it up to 10 tonight. Gonna find me a girl who can rock my world and drink moonshine all night. And we're coming alive, let's take a drive to a honky-tonk bar underneath the stars, asleep in my four-wheel drive. Gonna do it again, gonna do it again, gonna do it again. Yeah, gonna do it again, gonna do it again, gonna do it again.
Hey y'all, I'm Danny Kinsey, and I listen to Wholesale Guitars Radio Podcast for some of the best RVA local music and artists. And now, here's Stevie B.
And yes, I am Stevie B. Thank you, Danny Kinsey. And speaking of Danny Kinsey, let's kick it off with one of his. We're going to just give you a double shot of music right now. Little Danny Kinsey with his latest release, Neon Glow.
I'm gonna light it up. Come on now. Stack up the beer cans by the sink. Kill the last drink. Looking fresh, look at me. Roll in the club, music thumping. Check out the scene. a little island breeze. About to make some all-night memories. Shoulder to shoulder, saw her across the bar. Damn, who's that? Gotta find out. She hit me in the heart hard. I'm calling to see a spaghetti straps. It's a sun-kissed summer night. In the light of a tiki torch, my eyes lost her eyes. Man, where'd she go? Lost in the neon glow. This Jack and Coke needs a little Jane. Put it on ice, tip it on back. Where's she at? Gotta find out her name right away. Music thumping, I'm all in, feeling that island breeze. Trying to make some all-night memories. Shoulder to shoulder, saw her across the bar. Damn, who's that? Gotta find out. She hit me in the heart hard. I'm calling to see a spaghetti straps. It's a sun-kissed summer night. In the light of a tiki torch, my eyes lost her eyes. Man, where'd she go? Lost in the neon glow. Island breeze turns cold. Guess it's time to go. Pay the tab, turn around, get pushed back. Hey girl. Face to face, up against the bar, grabbing my shirt, kissing on me. She hit me in my heart real hard. And dancing in a sea of spaghetti straps. It's a sun-kissed summer night. In the light of a tiki torch, her eyes found my eyes. Oh, here we go, getting lost in the neon glow. Deep in the neon glow.
Danny Kinsey, Neon Glow. Local Richmond boy, great singer-songwriter, and it's nice that things are starting to open back up here in RVA, and hopefully we will be able to get out and catch Danny a little more, a few more of his live shows. Right now I know he's playing outside at some of the Mexico restaurants, so be sure you keep your eyes open for that. But again, Danny Kinsey, local boy right here from Richmond, so be sure to come in every Wednesday and listen to WG Radio Podcast, Wholesale Guitars Podcast, live from the No Limit Studios, as we play all of your RVA favorite local artists and music. Looking forward to getting back to a music format on Wednesdays after our show last week. Although last week I felt was a show that was needed. You needed to hear the differences of views and opinions of, and personally I thought it went very, very well. And I'm not saying we won't do that again at some point, because but maybe we'll do a talk show on a different day rather than Wednesdays. But I do appreciate everybody that tuned in and had questions and sent messages, and those that watched it through Facebook Live. I thought it was a great show myself, and from based on all the listeners that we had on that show, it obviously went over very, very well. So, but how are things going in Richmond now compared to a week ago? Well, let's be honest. I would say somewhat better. As where I feel like there is a problem, I felt like you still have a lot of Antifa, which is these young kids downtown. A lot of them were VCU students that have been gathering at Monroe Park. I feel like they have tried to do everything in their power to steal. And you heard me right. They've done everything in their power to steal this movement for their own radical social beliefs, rather than for Black Lives Matter and George Floyd. And it's become very obvious. I have been down there. I've seen people down there. I have sent people down there for me. We've had people down there about every night. And I have seen Black Lives Matter movement that was very peaceful, but yet these Antifa, this Antifa group were the ones throwing rocks at police and causing problems. And I'm not saying they were all white. There were some black mixed in there with it, but Antifa is a mix. But the majority of the Black Lives Matter people that were down there were actually very peaceful in their protest. The nights that I had someone down there, the night of the Jeb Stuart, when they went to the Jeb Stuart to try to topple the Jeb Stuart statue, believe it or not, all the people that were arrested were young, white Antifa members. So they're trying to take this movement over, and personally, if it were me and I was part of the Black Lives Matter movement, I would be extremely upset because it's taken away from their whole format of Black Lives Matter. So you've got Antifa out there who has literally hijacked this movement for their own self-gain. So hopefully some people start opening their eyes to that and put a stop to that process. I think we're all in agreement on the George Floyd case. Everybody agreed with that, and we were absolutely fine with peaceful movements. But these people that are just going down there making fools of themselves gives the whole movement of Black Lives Matter a horrible, horrible reputation here in Richmond, and we don't want that. And the blacks of Richmond don't want that. In fact, they've made it very clear. The ones I've spoke to were very professional. They were very, very polite. But yet it was the young white Antifa members that were calling people racist and calling people bastards and so on and so forth. So they're actually trying to hijack, or they have hijacked this movement to be about them and their social movement. So that's what I've seen. But anyway, not gonna do a whole lot of talking today because, like I said, I don't want to bore you guys. But let's hop back on to another local boy, one of my favorites, Tony Jackson with his song "Country Road."
Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same. Mama don't understand it, she wants to know where I've been. I'd have to be some kind of natural born fool who wanna pass that way again. But you know I can feel it on a country road. Sail on home to Jesus, won't you, good girls and boys? I'm all in pieces, you can have your own chore. But I can hear a heavenly band full of angels and they're coming to set me free. Don't know nothing about the why or when, but I can tell that it's bound to be, because I can feel it, child, yeah, on a country road. Country road. Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? Your way and my way seem to be one and the same, child. Mama don't understand it, she wants to know where I've been. I'd have to be some kind of natural born fool, I wanna pass that way again. But I can feel it, oh, on a country road. Walk on down, walk on down, walk on down, walk on, walking down a country road.